Matplotlib, okay, Matplotlib just generate the graphs also. So we combined these two things, and today we'll discuss one more point here. So that is the NumPy module, just that is the numerical Python. Just I will give you the just a brief idea on that one, but of course that is not exactly um, the tricky concept. That is also very easy concept. So let's see here. Today we'll complete that one, and later just I will show you a few more things within the Pandas library. Right. The first point is here. NumPy is nothing but a actually the numerical Python. So simply we can say here numerical Python. Interview point of view, yes, the practicals are very, very important, guys. If you know how to generate the graphs, maybe they will ask you a few questions on the syntaxes. Okay, how to generate the pie chart. So what is the syntaxes and all these things. So just to remember, so NumPy is nothing but actually that is the numerical Python. So, but before the NumPy module, actually we have some basic data structures concepts in Python programming language. That is, we have actually the list concept. At the same time, the tuple concept also there, set concept also there. These are the basic data structures. So where we can store that data, like multiple values in a single variable. So these are the basic data structures. But of course, we can use the list concept, set concept, and all these things. But in industry point of view, mostly we will prefer the NumPy module only instead of this basic data structures concept. So because when compared to the list concept, the NumPy, or we can say here the numerical Python module is a little bit fast. Not little bit, exactly I can say 2 times faster than the list concept as well as the tuple concept. So NumPy module, or we can say the ND array. So I will show you that one also, and I will show you some practical things also. So very first thing is just to remember NumPy module is faster than the basic data structures, that is list concept, tuple concept, as well as the set concept. So I will give you the proof for that one also. But in case if you want to work with actually the NumPy module, very simple thing, we need to install the NumPy library first of all. Okay, so in my system already I did that one. Just to go to here settings, Python interpreter, and here you can find out the NumPy module. So this is your first step. You need to install the NumPy module. And after that, simply we can import here, import NumPy. And after that, just I'm going to give here some reference variable for that one, that is NP. So first of all, I'm going to tell you here. So normally in case if you want to create the NumPy module array, okay, so I can say here NP dot, simply we need to give here array. Okay, so simply we can give here array, and within this array, just I'm going to pass here some list of values. Okay, so these are the list of values. And simply I'm going to store that value in a variable. Okay, how we know, okay, this is a NumPy array only. Because here we are giving actually the list of values within the square bracket, which means we can say this is list only. So already we know one concept, right? Just we can use here the type function to check whether the variable is integer, string, or what type of data it is. So like this, we can check that one. Just here you can see. So a variable is numpy dot np is nothing but just reference variable for the numpy module. Npy dot nd array, that is nothing but an n dimension array. So this is not actually the list concept. That is what I am going to convey here. List concept is different, and nd array, the numpy module, is different. Even though if you pass some list of values within the square brackets, that will be converted into ND array only. So now let me take here the normal list. I'm going to take here the b is equals to, I can say here some normal list, that is 56, 67, 23, and I can say here the 99. So And you can take here the type of B and it will show you that is the list concept only. So there is no confusion here. This is the list concept. If you want to take array variable, okay, if you want to take some list of values using numpy module, very simple thing, just we need to give here the numpy dot or reference variable of numpy module dot array, and there we need to give the some list of values. This is actually the declaration of numpy module, like the list of values. So this is very important thing. So the first thing is the declaration. If you got some idea, then I will show you the remaining things also. This is the declaration. Okay, so I have sent that in the chart window. At the same time, better I'm going to paste it here also. Right. And the second important thing is, okay, Nagul, you are saying the NumPy module is actually the ND array is faster than this one, right? The list concept. So I will show you that one also practically here. Okay, because why I'm saying this point here. So normally just I'm going to take here the A is equals to just range of values. Okay, I'm going to take here the range of, let's take here the 500 values I'm going to take. Okay, or we can say here the 5000 values. So range function will give here the 5000 values. That is nothing but a starting value is 0 and ending value is 4999. So finally total values are 5000 values only. And after that, if you want to find out the each element size, means here we have 5000 values, but for each and every value, how much memory it is allocating internally. If it is a list concept, this is actually the list concept, guys. So let me show you that one also. Print of, I can say here print of type of A. So don't confuse here. Just I have written here the range of values, and that range of values will be stored in some A variable. So that is actually the list. Range is nothing but just list of values we have. That's it. So now here I'm telling here one important point. Okay, for each and every value, how much memory internally it is allocating. That is what I want to convey. So for that purpose, okay, to find out that one, to find out the size of each and every element, we have another module actually, the sys module. That is actually system module. Just we need to give only sys enough. Okay, so to find out the memory, just we have the default package that is sys module. Just we need to import that one. And after that, simply we can take here sys dot. There is a predefined method that is size of, right? Get size of method. Just I'm going to take here. Let's take here 3. So not only 3, any one integer variable. Okay, for integer variable, how much memory it is taking? Just I'm going to print this value. So first of all, I'm checking for 3, just to store the 3 variable in Python. Okay, how much memory it is taking? So this is completely depending on your 32-bit operating system as well as 64-bit operating system, whatever the operating system you are using. So based on this, it will allocate the memory. If it is a 32-bit operating system, of course, it will allocate only the 14 bytes. This is bytes, guys. Whatever the number here we are getting, that is bytes actually. That many number of bytes it is allocating internally. If it is 64-bit operating system, for one integer value, how much memory it is taking? 28 bytes of memory it is allocating. Okay, so just remember, interview point of view very important. Okay, why NumPy module is very important? Why not the list concept? Why you are not using the list concept in application development? Why you are using NumPy module only? Okay, but yesterday concept. These concepts are very important, guys. I don't know, a few candidates already missed this one, and at the same time, next week I'm going to close the sessions. At least for the recap sessions, please try to attend everyone so that you'll get some clarity. Because after completion of the sessions, of course, I can take some. Okay, if you need some session, I can take that session. But this flow is different, and that recap session is completely different. Better utilize your sessions properly so that no need of the extra sessions. Right. Because the NumPy module is important, Pandas module is important, as well as the graph module is important. The remaining things, of course, you need to spend more time on that one also. Right. So let's see here. Here it is taking 28 bytes of memory. For single value, it is taking 28 8 bytes of memory. Here almost we have 5,000 values, right? So then what I can do is just into, I can take here the length of the memory. To store the 5,000 values in Python, so this many number of bytes it is taking. Let's see here. So almost 1,40,000 bytes memory it is taking. Okay, let me take here, make it this one is 1,000 variables only. Okay, 1,000 values only. To store the 1,000 values, what it is almost 28,000 bytes of information. Sorry, no, 28,000 bytes is allocating. This is what actually the list concept, basic data structures. If you use the Python basic data structures, so this much of memory it is allocating. I'm not saying, okay, we should not use this concept. Of course, sometimes we need to use this one only. So there is no other alternative thing. In case if you don't know exactly how to use the NumPy module, then there is no option. Definitely we should use this concept only. But I'm telling here the NumPy advantage. So this much of memory it is allocating. Okay. So now let's take here the same thing. I'm going to take here another variable b, that is np dot array variable I'm taking. Okay, so np dot array variable. Okay, I can say here instead of taking array, because we cannot give here the 1,000 values, right? So there is another function like arrange function. So this is the range function, and this is just arrange function. This is actually the NumPy method. This is the basic module, and this is actually the NumPy module. So now here just I'm going to provide here again 1,000 values. That's it. Okay, let me show you that. So in case if you got a little bit confused about the B variable type, just I'm going to show you that one. See here. So the B variable type is ND array only. That is NumPy module only. This is not basic data type. If you use the arrange a range, then that is the NumPy module function only. Okay, so don't confuse here. Normally, if you provide without NP module, if you call any function, that is normal basic data structure only. Okay. So now just I'm going to tell you here 28,000 it is taking for the normal one. Now here what I can do is I'm going to take here I can say here the b dot item size, which means just I'm going to take here the number of values in that. Okay, so I can say here first of all I'm going to print b is nothing but the array like nd array, and in that I'm going to take here the means for each and every value how much memory it is allocating. For basic data type, it is taking actually the 28 bytes. For ND array, for each and every value, it is taking what? Only the 4 bytes of memory. For each and every item, it is taking only the 4 bytes of memory. That's it. Now here we can take here again item size into, right? Item size into. So whatever the variable name is there, that variable name dot, just we can take the size so that you will get the 1,000 values, the 1,000 values into 4. So that much of capacity is taking. See here. So it is taking, which means the NumPy is taking only 4 bytes of memory to store 1,000 values. But if you use the basic data structures concept, the list concept, it is taking internally 28,000 bytes of memory. But of course, the output point of view, both are same. Just I'm talking about the performance. I'm talking about the performance. So very important thing is NumPy module is better than the basic data structures. Because internally the list concept will take actually the huge memory. So this is the proof for that one. So there is a predefined module, that is sys module. So in this module, there are predefined functions to calculate the size of each and every variable. So to calculate that one, there is a predefined method, get size of method, and for each and every variable, it is taking 28 bytes of memory if it is 64-bit operating system. Otherwise, it will take only 14 bytes of memory only. So to store the 1000 values, sorry, to store the 1000 values, yes, it is taking 28,000. But the same thing I'm going to take within the using the NumPy module. But here also I'm taking 1000 values, but here it is taking only 4000 bytes of memory. So that's it. That's the reason I'm telling here the NumPy is better than basic data structures. So take a screenshot, guys, because again today also one more problem. Message got failed. Take a screenshots then. Right, this is the proof for that one. Just remember this one. And now one more thing is okay. So by using the NumPy module, what we can do is we can do few operations also. Just let me take here. I can take here the a variable that is np dot array, and after that just I'm going to take here the list of values that is 23 comma 45 comma 78 comma I can say here 12 comma 89. Okay, so we have almost 6 values. So okay, if you know the remaining programming languages like Java, this is array concept, but if it is a Python, of course we can say this is a list concept. So in remaining programming languages, there is another concept like one dimensional array, two dimensional array. Okay, so for example, this is actually one dimensional array only. So in case if you pass the list directly like this is actually one dimensional array. Okay, how to check that one, whether it is a one dimensional array or not? There is a predefined function here, a dot n dimensional. So which means just we need to give the n dim enough. Then it will give you the a is in which dimensional array. Okay, just to check that one, just I'm giving here. See here, one it is giving. So which means this a variable is one dimensional array. So now after that, in case if you want to print that a variable, of course you will get that list of values also. There is no confusion here. See here we got the list also. Second thing is just I'm going to give you here the two dimensional array. So in this way we can give this one. Just I'm going to take here the b, and after that np dot array, and here just I'm going to provide one list that is 23 comma 45 comma 66 44, and okay, this is let's take here, this is, yeah, this is one row, and the second row is again I'm going to take here the 90 56 23. So this is one row, first one is one row, and this is another row. Okay, so I can say here this is 2 by 3 matrix. So which means two rows and three columns we have here. Okay, let me check that one whether really we're getting the same thing or not. So how to check that one? Just we can give here b dot n dimensional. So just we need to give n dim. So so see here it is showing actually this is the two dimensional array. So b is the two dimensional array, but a is the single dimensional array only. Okay, so but in case if you want to print that one, just it will show you in a two rows only. Just let me take here, I'm going to print this one. See here, this is one row and this is another row. So in this way we can take the two dimensional array also. And one more point here I would like to tell you. So here I have given actually single dimensional array, but if you want to convert, you can convert into two dimensional array also. All right. So in case if this point is clear, then I will show you here how to convert the a variable into two dimensional array. So simply what you can do is a dot, there is a reshape method. Depending on these values, you need to give this one. Okay, here we have how many values? 3 and 3. Total 6 values are there. which means we can make 3 by 2 matrix or 2 by 3 matrix, anything, any one thing we can take. So let me take here 2 by 3 matrix, right? Which means 2 rows and um, 3 columns. Just let me take here the A variable also I'm going to print here now. And sorry, see here 23, 45, 67 is one row and 78, 12 and 89 is another, which means 2 rows and 3 columns we got it. But in case if you have here one more value, yes, it will not work. It will give you error. Okay, for 2 rows and 3 columns means exactly we should have actually 6 values. So if you have 7 values, of course, definitely we cannot convert into 2 by 3 matrix or 3 by 2 matrix. So one value is extra, which means we need to delete one value or we need to add one more value. Then only we can make that is 2 by 4 or 4 by 2, anything. So now this is the 2 by 3, right? Just I'm going to take here a dot. Okay, a is equals to a dot. I can say here reshape of 3 by 2 also. Okay, I can convert into 3 by 2 also. Just let me print once again the a variable so that you can see here the same array. This is actually the 2 by 3 and this is actually 3 by 2, which means 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so this is 2 by 3 and this is 3 by 2. So here just you need to remember, after declaration of the n dimension array, you should know how to check the dimensions first, that is a dot n dim. And after that, if you want to print, you can print that one. And if you want to check the type, yes, you can check the type also. Okay, so one dimension array as well as two dimension array, all these things. And in case already a is there now, just I'm going to take here a dot, just if you want to know the shape. Okay, if you want to know actually the shape, like the dimensions, then you can give directly a dot shape and it will give you the dimensions also. Okay, this is actually the 3 by 2 matrix. So one thing is we can convert by using reshape method, or if you want to check whether the particular variable is in which dimensions, okay, then we can give ndim. And if you want to know exactly the how many number of rows and how many number of columns we have, then we can give here the shape variable so that you can see. So that is 3 by 2 or 3 by yes, a dot shape, a dot shape or b dot shape. Okay, so a contains solid value, no, values already, no. Okay, these are the values we have in this line. So initially these are the values. So after that, just here we are checking, which means we are not changing actually. This is related to B. Okay, this is completely B. And after that, just we are just changing the shape. And here again, we are changing the shape, which means finally, this is 3 by 2 matrix only. That is what it is giving. In case if you print this value here, then you'll get the 2 by 3 only. Okay, so then what is your expectation here? B dot shape, 3 by 3. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to display some message also so that B shape. Okay, so that you will get some clarity here in the output section. So two rows, three columns, right? That is what we will get here. See here, this is the B shape, 2 by 3 matrix. So while doing the practice also, better follow the same sequence only. Okay, so first of all, take the range values and check whether the size is correct or not. After that, declare some array. If you take the single value, okay, single list, you can convert into the two-dimensional array. That is depending on the number of values. So depending on the number of values, you can do that one. Just after that, if you want to check few properties, we can check that few properties also. That is n-dimensional, type, the shape, all these things you can check. So one more important point here, interesting thing is just to have an array, and by default it is actually a single dimension array. And of course, if you want to convert into two-dimension array, you can convert. Actually, I can take here a dot reshape, and I can take here 3 by 2 or 2 by 3. Okay, I'm going to take here 3 by 2 matrix. So similarly, just I'm going to take here another one. Okay, so another list here, that is actually the 10 is there, 20 is there. I can take here 30, and I can say here 40, 50, and I'm going to take here 60. So we have two variables here, just that is A is one array, and I can say here B is another array. Okay, so two variables are there, and let me print both first of all. Just I can take here the A, and I'm going to print it here B. So that's it. Now let me run this one, and here you can see, yes, we got the two things. That is both are 3 by 2 matrix only. So what we can do is, just what I can do is, just we can take here A plus B directly, then it will give you the addition of those two things. See here. So here first one is 67, and here, sorry, this is not 67, this is 23, and here we have the 10. So 23 plus 10, that is 33. This is the result one. 45 plus 20, this is. So simply the positions it will add. If you can check here, 23 plus 10, 67 plus 30, 12 plus 50, 45 plus 20, 78 plus 40, 89 plus 60. Then you'll get the output like this. So not only addition here, we can take subtraction, multiplication, okay, whatever the operations you want to do, just you can do that multiplication operations, all these things. The basic operations you can perform. Or otherwise, what we can do is, just I'm going to take here A, I can take here A into 10 directly. So A is nothing but a this one, right? A is nothing but a this one, just each and every value, just I'm going to multiply with the 10. So for example, this is actually the A. 23 into 10, that is 230. 45 into 10, that is 450. For this array, just it will add 1 0 0. See here, 230, 450, 670, 780. So which means it is multiplying. 10 is multiplying with each and every value. So like this also we can do the basic operations. But very interesting thing here, one more thing. One more interesting thing is here. I'm going to take this one is one two-dimensional array. Okay, so one two-dimensional array is there. So after this, just I'm going to, okay, so instead of converting, what I can do is just directly I'm going to take the two-dimensional array only. So, but of course, if you want to convert, you can convert, or otherwise you can take two-dimensional array directly. Just I'm going to, yeah, now we have two-dimensional array here, and after that, first of all, I'm going to print that one. Okay, so that, yes. And similarly, of course, you can take the remaining values also. If you want to add one more row, we can add that one. But in this, just if you want to find out here, Um, I can say here a dot the max, which is nothing but a, so in this two-dimensional array, the highest value if you want to find out, just we can give this one. Okay, a dot max. So if you observe in this two-dimensional array, the highest value is 89. So here I have taken only 2 by 3, but in case if you want to take 4 by 4, 5 by 5, okay, n number of rows and number of columns, that's not a problem. But in the total in matrix, the highest value it will provide. So similarly, if you want to find out the least value, just we can give here a dot minimum, so that you will get the minimum value in this. See here, so in this matrix, the minimum value is 12 only. So similarly, we can find out a dot sum we can find out. Okay, so sum, that is the sum. Similarly, what we can do is we can find out the mean value also. Okay, so mean value also we can find out. This is the mean value. Okay, so these are the predefined functions again in the whole matrix. If you want to find out the minimum value, maximum value, total value, mean value, so we can find out just by using some predefined functions. But in case if you want to find out the row wise minimum value, row wise maximum value, or column wise minimum value, column wise maximum value, total, in case if you want to find out like that, just what we can do is just we can take here, that is a dot, simply we can give here max. In case if you specify here x is equals to 0, then automatically it will give you, oh, x, not x here, axis equals to 0. Then you can see here 78 is the uh, highest value in this column. Here 45 is the highest column, and here 89 is the highest column. When you specify here the axis equals to 0, without axis is equals to 0, of course it will give you the highest value in whole matrix. When you specify 0, which means column wise it will provide the highest values. We have three columns, that's why we are getting here the three values. In the first column, the 78 is the highest value, but in the second column, yes, 45 is the highest value. In the third column, 89 is the highest value. That is what it is giving. But in case if you want to find out the row wise, okay, let me take here the row wise. What we can do is just I'm going to provide here the max, but axis equals to 1. When you specify axis equals to 1, which means row wise it will give you the output. Okay, we have two rows only, so that's why we are getting here the two values. So 67 is the highest value in first row, and in second row 89 is the highest value. That's it. So previously we discussed about a few functions on whole matrix, how to find out the highest value, least value, total value, the mean value, all these things. But in case within that functions, if you provide axis equals to 0, that is nothing but a column wise, it will find out those operations. Axis equals to 1 is nothing but a row wise, it will find out those operations. Not only max function, I'm telling, okay, not only max function, you can use again minimum function, total, like sum function, mean function, everything. Just let me take here the two functions again. So instead of taking here sum, okay, I'm going to take here instead of max, I'm going to take here sum. That is row wise and column wise both. See here. I can take here the first one is the row wise, that is nothing but a 78 plus 23, that is 101. 45 plus 12, that is 57, and 67 plus 89, that is 156. This is column wise. And the row wise, if you want to find out, if you add 23, 45, 67, that is 135, and if you add the second row, then you'll get the 179. Similarly, you can find out the mean value as well as the minimum value also, you can find out the same operations. important things, guys. You should know the basics. But of course, for each and everything, there is a predefined methodology, predefined methods we have. Don't worry. There is a lot of library in Python. No need of that mathematical libraries. Yeah, once again, I'm giving the brief idea about the NumPy. So what exactly you need to concentrate here within the NumPy. Exactly what you need to do is you need to concentrate here. But interview point of view, remember NumPy is the best when compared to the list concept or basic data structures, we can say. But there may be a chance to ask you, okay, how can you say this is the best one? Because the memory point of view, the list concept as well as tuple concept will take huge memory, but n dimensional array, it will take very less memory. That's the reason we are saying, okay, NumPy performance is the best one when compared to the basic data structure. That is a very important thing. And in case if you want to give, you can give this type of example also. Okay, sorry, just to find out the size of the each and every element. After that, just convert, okay, take the 1,000 values or at least 100 values so that you can show the difference between those array as well as the basic data structures. After that, very important thing is, okay, how to declare the single dimension array, how to declare the two dimension array. So, and how to use these properties like n dimensions, reshape and all these things. Just you need to remember all those things. And the basic operations, of course, we can perform, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication. Of course, all these things we can do. I hope you will not face anything there. And some predefined functions to find out the highest values, least values. So no need to write hard code, I'm telling. No need to write hard code. Directly we have some predefined method. But the same calculations, if you want to find out with row wise, if you want to find out, or column wise, if you want to find out, you can find out that one also. These are the basic things you need to remember. But before starting this one, just you need to install the NumPy module in your PyCharm. So you can say here, Nagul, every time we are installing some predefined library, that is already we installed the NumPy module, pandas module, and the matplotlib module, and like that, depending on the requirement, just we are importing one library. So that is actually advantage for Python. So because the Python is a the lightweight, remember, first thing is the lightweight. Because when you install the Python software, of course, it is giving only the core Python library, means whatever the core operations we can do, the programming part as well as oops concept, exception handling, working with the files. Mostly the core Python libraries you will get when you install the Python software in your system. These are the external things, guys. These are the external things. Maybe in your application requirement, in your application, matplotlib is not demanding. So no need to import that one. No need to load that thing in your project. Our pandas is not demanding. Okay, my application is not demanding actually the pandas module, which means no need to take the data from any application, any file actually. So no need of then pandas. And in my application, no need to generate any reports also, like graphs and all these things. Then no need to go for the plotlib library. Right, only we have lot of libraries in Python, but whenever you have the requirement, okay, so that is completely depending on your project. So simply you can load that project enough. That is actually the advantage. No need to load all the libraries and work with one simple application. So whatever the requirement is there, just you can load that library and you can complete the project. That is one thing. So now till now we have seen few editors actually. So I can say here we got some idea about the IDLE, how to use the IDLE and how to use um, write the code in the script files also. Simply we can write the notepad and we can run that file. And after that we have seen actually the PyCharm IDE. So yeah, I can say here that is IDE PyCharm. And the second thing is, especially, okay, we didn't use any other things. Just we have used only PyCharm ID. But of course, we have actually the spider IDs there. We have different IDs. So now what we can do is we have actually Anaconda software also, but this is heavyweight, guys, heavyweight. So which means almost all the libraries are present in Anaconda software. No need to install anything like pandas, numpy. We are installing right here. But if you install Anaconda software in your system, then no need to import any library, no need to install any libraries actually. Anaconda by default it will provide the each and everything. So in industry, of course, sometimes we will use this one also, but this is a little bit light, heavyweight when compared to the remaining things. But if you install the Anaconda software by default, you'll get some tools also, like Jupyter Notebook is one tool. That is just editor. So don't confuse here. Okay, what exactly the Jupyter Notebook and all this thing. Spider is one of the tool, just IDE. So those are actually tools. We have a lot of things in Anaconda software. But in case if you want to install that one, so I will provide the link. You can download that one, and I hope you will not face. For installation, of course, definitely you will not face any problem. So this is actually the, yeah, just select it Windows and download this one. But this is the just a little bit heavyweight, guys. Check your internet connectivity properly and download it and install that one. So even to install this one also, definitely the internet connectivity is required, because when you are trying to install the software, so internally it will load some libraries from internet. Just to remember that part. So try to install this one in case if you are using Wi-Fi connection. But in case if you are using mobile hotspot, okay, don't install this one. Okay. So this is just one of the editor only. So remember that one. Okay, I'm going to show you here actually the online Jupyter Notebook compiler. But sometimes there is a restrictions in online compilers. But if you install in our local machine, of course, you can change settings in case if you have some restrictions. Just what I can do is I can take here the Jupyter Notebook online. Just you can give here, and there is a Jupyter ORG site. Just we can go for this one, and here you can find out the two options. One thing is try, and one more thing is install. Yeah, just I'm going to take here. I don't want to install now. Just I'm going to try it here, and the first option. Okay, so Jupyter Notebook. So these are the just online things. But if you install, that's better, guys. See here in case if you want to generate this type of graphs, it looks good. That's it. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do is just I'm going to take here PyPlot. This is a notebook and this is the console, right? Just I'm going to select here the, so see here, just in case if you want to print anything, just we need to write here the print, and after that we need to give here, just I'm giving here the hello, and here you can find out the run option. Just click on that one and automatically here you can see that output. That's it. Really, just I'm going to take here some values, and here you can find out the run button, and here you can see that output. Even the graphs also, matplotlib is there now, so no need to install that one. Directly we can import that one here, matplotlib as, okay, I can take here dot pyplot as plt. I'm going to give here the few values. I will show you the graph also, because I said no need to install anything. By default, it will provide the Jupyter Notebook. But this is the online compiler. So my suggestion is, instead of going to the online compiler, you can try to install Anaconda software in your machine. So that will be the best. Just I'm going to give you the plot. X values as well as Y values. After that, I'm going to show you here the plot. That's it. This is the basic code. But remember, I didn't install actually the matplotlib library here, right? Just when you run this one and there is a, okay, so there is a comma here. Just let me run once again. See here. So this is a program and here only you can see that output. So this is just looking good, right? So this is the first program. Okay, after that we did this one and here it is showing the output. And after that we did another program and here only we can see that output. Like this, what you can do is continuously you can write your program, the list of programs, and in a single page you can maintain that one. Okay, in a single page you can maintain that one and here you can find out the save option. Of course, you can save that one also. So that's why in industry, what exactly we will do is we will use actually the Jupyter notebook sometimes. And of course, the PyCharm also good one only. So for application development, PyCharm also good one only. And the Spider is another tool. So that one also we can use. So this is completely your interest, guys. But in case if interview point of view, if they ask some questions on this one, guys, you know how to use or what are the tools you know to run your Python programs. Of course, you can explain all these things. Okay, I know the ideally, but there is a problems in that. There is script files is there, ID is there, and Anaconda software also. Just you can give some basic idea about all these things. Right, in this way you can generate the graphs also. Just remember this one. Right, and coming to the one more important thing related to the pandas, then we'll close the session today. Just very important thing. But yesterday I have given some idea how to combine pandas library with matplotlib library. But just let's see here. Let's see here. Coming to the pandas, what I can do is um, better before that only. Just if you maintain some data that looks good because okay, yesterday we have created few data sets. Now let me take one of the data set. Okay, here only I have added na. So I can say here the data one dot tsv. Okay, there is a CSV file. Okay, so just I would like to read this data first thing and import pandas as PD. So if you want to read data, what we have, I can say here PD dot read underscore CSV method, and we need to provide here data2 dot CSV and no need to give here the separator. Okay. So after that, I'm going to store the data in some variable that is the data. So normally, if you want to print the data variable, just we can give that. And here you can see the data. Right, here you can see the data. Like there is a name, subject one, subject two, subject three, like this, we have some data here. But in case, assume here I have only 4 records, but in case if you have 20 records, 30 records, 40 records, but if it is a college, 120 records, yes, you can read all those records. Or in case if you want to retrieve only the specific records, just what we can do is just we can say here data dot head of two, right? Which means only the first two records you'll get. That is Ravi and Pawan information only you'll get. That is reading only the first two records. See here. Or if you want to read only the last two records, the last 3 records, just we can give here another thing that is print of data dot tail of two. So which means you'll get the last two records. So head is nothing but a from top, it will take that count, and tail is nothing but a from bottom, it will take the count. Okay, so as yesterday we have seen actually how to read the data, whole data. but that's good for generating actually graphs. But in case if you want to generate only the specific number of rows from last or from first, of course you can go for this one like head method as well as the tail method so that you can read only the specific rows and you can generate some graphs later. So after that, I would like to tell you here one more thing. So I can take here, after reading the data, what I can do is I'm going to take here data dot to underscore CSV and we can give here, I can say here sample underscore data dot CSV. Okay, we can store the data in somewhere. Okay, we can store this data in some other file. Okay, so here we are reading, and if you observe here, there is no sample data.csv file. Just let me run this one. Yes, it is finished, and here you can find out the sample data and CSV. If you open this one, and here you can see the data only. Same data we have here, right? So that's it. That's it. In this way, we can read the data from somewhere, and we can write the same data into another file also. Okay, I'm taking this one. Or what we can do is just I'm going to take here one more simple thing. I can take here the data of uh, I can say here subject one, right? Subject one of, okay, I'm going to take here the three, that is a Noggle, and I'm going to make the score is 90. Okay, so let's see here. Just I'm trying to change. Let's see whether it is working or not. Let's. Uh, I'm checking actually the data. That is after reading the data. Of course, we have seen these two things. But let me send you this one so that I can delete it first. Right. So now I'm going to delete this head part as well as tail part. So there's a little bit confusion with that. Just after reading the data, first of all, I'm storing the data in data variable. So later what I'm doing here, I'm checking here the data dot subject one. So which means I'm going to consider only this particular column. And especially in this column also, the third row. Okay, so I'm going to take here the third row. So we have 67 marks, but I'm going to replace with the 90. Just let me check it. At the same time, I'm trying to store the data in sample dot okay, sample underscore data dot CSV file. Okay, so there is an error. That's fine. Just after that, what I'm trying to do is after that, what I'm trying to do is just let me open this one, and here you can see the data. So this is just to warning only, documentation part error only, but here you can see previously we have actually different value and now the value is added successfully. Sorry, that is Noggle score, that is 90. And one more thing, subject 2 is 23, na? Right, here you can see, once again I'm going to do this one. Nagul score, that is subject 2 is 23, right? And the total score, of course, if you observe here, that is 157, but this is the static value, guys. I can say here this is subject 3, right? Subject 2, huh? Okay, subject 2. I'm going to make this one as 100. Let me run it. And after that, I'm storing the data also. Okay. After that, I'm storing the data also. Just let me refresh this one. And here you can see, yes, the value is updated. But this calculation, of course, we need to take care. That is total, we need to take care. But whatever the value you want to update, in case if the name is mistake, subject 1 score is mistake, subject 2 score is mistake. So whatever the value here, you did some mistakes, then simply you can replace and again you can store the data or you can save one more copy. That's it. That is what I'm telling. So when compared to the yesterday, so now you got some idea how to read the CSV data as well as how to read the TSV data. Of course, that is yesterday only we know how to read those two files. So now today, just how to read only the specific number of rows from head part, means from top. Again from bottom, there is a tail method, so we can take that one also. You can use the head method as well as the tail method to read the specific number of rows. Similarly, just after completion of some work, then in case if you want to store the data in somewhere after some calculations, modification, something, then simply we can use here data, which is nothing but a data frame variable to CSV. Here we are using actually the read underscore CSV, and here we are using to underscore CSV, and just we need to specify here the file name. That's it. And here you can see the data. But only one thing here you can observe, here we are getting actually the indexing also. For name subject one, subject two, of course there is no indexing, but indexing is starts with the data. Here we are getting indexing also while storing the data. But for original data, we don't have that one. What is the original data? Data 2, right? Just let me take here data2.csv, but there is no indexing. But only while storing the data into another file, then we are getting indexing, right? Then what we can do is we can take here the index is equals to just make it here the false. By default, that is true, and that's why you're getting indexing part also. But let me take it here. Okay, so done anyway. And let me open it, and here you can see sample data underscore, okay, sample underscore data dot csv file, so that there is no indexing part. In case if you want to remove, just we can give here index is equals to false. By default, it is true. So this is one more thing today you need to prepare. So what exactly we need to do is you need to complete the NumPy module, NumPy basics, as well as once again work with the pandas. Okay, so take a screenshots first thing. Take a screenshots. That's it. This is the last one. Fine. Prepare well, guys. Yesterday concept and today concept is very, very important. Prepare well and let me know tomorrow. I can clear your doubts in case if you have any doubts. I can clear your doubts. But only thing is you need to spend some time. Otherwise, you cannot. Fine. So I need to jump into another call. Yeah, that's it from my end. In case you can ask, in case if you have any doubts, just I will stay for a few more minutes. Mm-hmm. Yes, right. Yeah, that is common. Just array will take list only internally. Right. Right. Later you can change the shape also depending on the values.